What is Adobe Animate? Adobe Animate is an Adobe software used to create animation and interactivity, connect my for web games, apps, and multimedia projects. It is used for 2D animate, banners, cartoon, education, content, and social media animation. What it is it for? Animate. Adobe Animate serves to create and to animate interactive content. Number one is used to animate in character and instance, make interactive web content, design and animate for games, animate banners. In finance, it's exports videos and graph to social media. Easy tools in Animate. Adobe Animate has tools for drawing, color, animate, and editing interactivity. Its tools include drawing tools, painting, brush, shapes, colors, tools, paints, booker, dropper, animates tools. It is timers, keyframes, tones, and transmission tools, symbols, layers, and interactive tools like words and coders.
Main features of Adobe Animate. Adobe Animate is a powerful tool for creating 2D animation and interactive content. One of these main features is that it allows animators to create content using different animation techniques depending on the project needs. Another important feature is the timeline, which helps control the duration, speed, and order of animations. Animators can work with frames and keyframes to define when and how an object moves. Adobe Animate also supports layers, allowing users to organize objects separately. This makes complex animators easier to manage and edit. Additionally, Adobe Animate offers multiple export options, such as a GIF, MP4 video, and HTML5 canvas, making it suitable for web, social media, and educational projects. Adobe Animate interface. The interface of Adobe Animate is designed to help animators work in an organized, efficient, and creative way. All the tools and panels are arranged to make the animations process easier, especially for beginners. The stage is the main visual area of the program. It represents the visible screen on the final animation. All characters, backgrounds, and objects must be placed inside the stage in order to appear in the final output. The size of the stage can be customized depending on the project, such as a GIF, videos, or web animation. The timeline is one of the most important elements of the interface. It allows users to control time and movement. The timeline is divided into layers vertically and frames horizontally. Each frame represents a specific moment in time, and keyframes define changes in position, shape, or motion. The timeline helps organize complex animations clearly. The layers are used to separate different elements of the animation. For example, backgrounds, character, text, and effects can be placed on different layers. This makes editing easier and prevents objects from interfering with each other. Layers can be locked, hidden, or renamed for better organization. The Tools panel contains drawing, selection, and editing tools. Common tools include the Selection tool, Brush tool, Pencil tool, Text tool, Eraser, and Transform tool. These tools allow users to create vector drawings directly inside Adobe Animate or edit important graphics. The Properties panel changes depending on what is selected. It allows users to modify object attributes such as a size, position, color, stroke, and opacity. It also provides animation options, including frame rate settings and trim controls. This panel is essential for fine-tuning animation. The types of animation in Adobe Animate offer several animation techniques that can be used depending on the project style and complexity. The one is the frame-by-frame animation. It's the most traditional technique. Each frame is drawn individually, which allows very precise and expressive movements. This technique is often used in character animation and special effects. The second one is the motion twin animation. This is used when an object needs to move, rotate, scale, or change opacity over time. The animator defines a starting and ending point, and the software generates in the between frames automatically. The third one is the shape twin animations. Allows one vector shape to smoothly transform into another. This is especially useful for morphing effects and abstract animations. By combining these techniques, animators can create dynamic, smooth, and professional-looking animators. Thanks to its features, interface, and animation tools, Adobe Animate is an excellent choice for creating high-quality 2D animations and interactive content.
Hi, my name is Oscar Raul. I'm gonna talk about the use of the layers. Layers help us to organize our project. Each layer can have different elements like the drawings or animations. For example, can we put in the background on the layer we own characters. In another can we put another characters. This makes the animation easier to edit and understand. We have the second, the use of the symbols. The symbols are reuse objects in Animate, and they can help to reduce the file size. They are the three types of symbols, graphic symbols that are used for a simple image or animations. Then we have the button symbols. The button symbols are used to create interactive buttons. Then we have the movie clips symbols, have their own timeline and are used for more complex animations. And finally, we have the interactive animation and buttons. Buttons allow their use to interact with the animations. They can start, stop, or change scenes. This makes the project more dynamic and interesting. That is all. Thank to you to your attention.
Adobe Animation as an educative tool. Animate is an education tool always used to creative integrated content structures as animation, presentation, simulation, and audiovisual material. It promotes visual strength students' digital skills. It's used in various areas such as communication, design, programming, and basic education helps to learning more dynamic and meaningful. In the workplace, Adobe Animation used to creative professionals connect to arch animation, advertising and presentation using improvised communication with companies and strengths theory in mind in the case of the public, especially digital media. Animation offers many advanced, so it's professional quality, easy use, ability to create increasing content. Animation is a very versatile tool. It can be used both in education and professional settings. However, it is some disadvantages such as the cost of the lens, the need for a high performance computer, and the time required to learn to how to master all its factors.
Conclusion: Adobe Animate has established itself as comprehensive and versatile tool for creating animated and interactive content, integrating graphic design, animation, and cross-platform export function into single environment through a structured interface. Compressing the stage, timeline tools, and properties panel. Users can easily manage every element of creative process, maintaining precise control over the sequence movement and interactive objects. The use of layers and symbols optimizes workflow, allows for reuse of elements, and keeps project organized, while the various animation types facilitate the production of everything from simple animators to make more complex projects with interaction, buttons, and repose. The user's actions furthermore, wide variety of export formats expand the software application possibilities and digital education and advertising media. In an educational field, Adobe Animate fosters creative learning and the development of digital skills, enabling the creation of dynamic and engaging educational materials. In the workspace represents a competitive advantage for designers, animators, and digital content developers. It's a report to current demand for visual communications and interactivity. However, while of numbers advantage its adversity and compatibility, it also presents disadvantages such as a learning curve and technical requirements. Overall, Adobe Animate positions itself as a key tool of modern digital animation, providing its usage strategy in accordance with the project's objectives.